Hey guys, how we doing? Time to make another video, and so here it goes. I went to that truck show Sunday in Barrington, New Hampshire, and I kind of like that show because it's got a little bit of everything as far as oddball stuff. And if you guys been watching my channel a little bit, you realize that I like oddball stuff. And so I did what I could for filming. Problem with it is a lot of them are so close together that you can't walk around and do a good video of them. So I tried to get whatever was out in the open and see what I could find. So hope you guys like that stuff. If you do, I'll do that some more. If not, feel free to say that, you know, that stuff is kind of old and I won't do those either way. The bike, I brought the bus, the Rat Rod quad, and the bike with me to that show also, and yeah, everything was well received. I actually thought the Rat Rod quad, being like a truck and tractor show, would have been the center of the focus. But again, the board track racer bike that's in the bus right now always seems to steal the show. That guy, yeah, that guy. So a lot of people are starting to show interest in buying them. I turned down $3 grand already, and I think I actually got an offer for $4 grand for that bike. And as far as money wise, I don't have all that much money into them. It's just more time than anything. So I'm starting to think that maybe I should start making those bikes for real. I know a lot of guys like those little Chinese kits. I personally think they're kind of a piece of shit, the motors. They just vibrate real bad and they're just very poor quality. So I'm thinking about trying to do other things with them. Other scenarios of motors I can get. So I went over, I actually kind of like the old stuff, you know, the old Clinton or old Briggs. One of my neighbors down the road has does kind of the same thing I do, and he has a bunch of old motors on a shelf. I probably was over there about 4 or 5 years ago, so I ran into him at a show, and I wanted to go see what he had, and we went down his basement, but he's picked a lot of the parts off the motors. They're still there, but you got like the magnetos missing and whatnot. Not that that's terrible, but they're not complete motors that you can just go pop in and run. But while I was there, he had this thing, and it mimics a backpack blower, but it has this hopper on the top of it, kind of looking something like that. And you would put like pellets of whatever pesticide was in it, and you could actually shoot it out the nozzle. And it's got a couple it's got a throttle and a feed rate, 2 levers on the side of it to go and run it. And he pretty much said, he said, I ran them both a couple of years ago. They run fine, but there's just not much of a use for them, and they don't quite have enough snot to be a backpack blower. You want them? I said, yeah, what do you want for them? He goes, just take them. So he grabbed me that, and I came home and I pull started the thing, first pull, fired up, and I kind of like the motor. It is 40 cc's from what I did my homework on. The machine itself is a DM9. I guess it's comparable. I found on eBay a top end that fit DM9, and then I think CM400, which is their chainsaw. It's the same top end. It said it was 40 cc's. So I thought that would be a cool motor to build a bike with, and I was trying to find 2 of the same thing, and I kind of want to make like, you know, make a V-twin with 2 motors. Now guess what? There's another one. So, and that one runs fine too. And again, the only thing with that one is just missing the hose and the nozzle. So I think I may try doing that and try making some kind of little V-twin looking setup. If I can I want to chain them both together so that, you know, one fires and then 180 degrees away the other motor fires, and kind of, you know, give it a little V-twin kind of run, but using 2-stroke parts. So, and they're nice and compact too. If you look at it, yeah, it's probably, you know, to the edge of the flywheel, that's probably 4 inches, 5 inches, something like that, enough to fit in between a pedal crank. So I may go and do that with these. I was drawing up some paper on the inside of the house earlier, and just trying to get some ideas. And then while I was over there, he also had this thing too, which is pretty cool. It's a gearbox from something, but the input to the output, I think it's 2.5 to 1, so it kind of knocks it down a lot slower. And I figure if I want to build something, I could actually put it in line, put this over the top of the rear tire or in front of the rear tire to drive it, and I can use a motor that has a drive shaft coming out of it and use that for a power source. So I'm thinking of about cutting one of those up and getting into it, cutting both of those up, and maybe just making the power source first, you know, mount them both on a plate so that they are tied together, and you use one pull start to start them both, kind of thing. I'll keep separate carburetors and maybe tap the exhaust in each other, don't know. I know I'll have to build a flange and a tubing to kick the carburetor to the side so that, you know, the other one will have room to fit. With all this apparatus in front of it, it's too tight. Of course, I'll do something with the air cleaner too, you know. And then the exhaust, I'll use piping. I'll take these right off and, you know, run tubes. So I kind of like that idea. I don't think they sell for very much. I tried finding one on eBay, and it seems like they're on there for $100, and you know, no one's really bidding on them. So it's not like I'm killing any value, and I don't have any money into them. So the only other thing that I need to kind of go do is I was figuring out how I want to. I drew it on paper. I should have brought it in. Tie the two motors together. Have that go down to a jack shaft. Come across the bike. And I think at that point I want to put the clutch on it, and then have the clutch go to the front sprocket of the bicycle, and then use the rest of the bike drive system, the other 5 or 6 gears that it has, as a capacity to shift the bike and still be able to pedal. So that's still kind of mulling around in my brain, but we'll see. I also got did some yard selling. And didn't really find all that much, but I did find a couple of pieces. Just some old boxes of, these are $5 a piece, but they got like old wrenches and crimpers and whatnot in them. I just kind of like them for the look of the tools. I figure I can make some stuff out of them, not that I'm really going to use them for anything. Real long pair of scissors. And just kind of keep them for like my, you know, when you want to go be creative and build something, you have something with some cool shapes to kind of go work with. So it was that, and then they had this box of meat grinders, all different sizes, and I kind of like the look of the handles. I thought they would make like a cool shifter or kickstart or something like that for the old looking bikes. So I grabbed a crate of them too. And a couple of Harley mufflers, a stack of 4. I want to put those on the VW Trike, one for each cylinder. I thought that would be a good look for them also, and probably have a good sound to them. And I had this set up, but it blew on the ground. Got a magazine around, but it's called Whips Wheels. And kind of going to show you what Whips Wheels is. Whips Wheels is it's like a free magazine. It's in all the auto parts stores and all the car shows and stuff you go to. And it's a more of a northeast kind of magazine, so it kind of features all the stuff around this area. And who's that? We got the bus, the boat, and the bike in it. And down below they have a close-up of the inside of the interior. So that's a show that I was at. I guess it was the Sunday before last. And it was only the second show that was there, but I was down in a valley. There was no way out. I had to wait for everybody else to leave, and then I had to back the bus and the boat up a steep hill. But when I went down in there, that was it. There was a wall all the way around of a hill. No other way out. So I stayed there for the length of the show. But it was really a good show. Plus, I was in the shade. I lucked out. So I'm infamous. How's that? Lab hard at work. Just waiting for Mama to come home. And Moses in his position as guard dog. Right, Mo? Camera shy? There you go. And then a couple other things that I picked up. I'm trying for, I like building the bikes in the wintertime when you can't do much else and you're kind of stuck in your garage and you're in between jobs. So I try to stock up, I call this the wall of eclectic junk to kind of make stuff out of. And as you can see, there's like, different hunks of brass and different things, different ornate kind of pieces that I kind of stuff in here, whatever I can find. The old binoculars down there, or use for headlights. This old thing that's like a soap dispenser. But I like the different pieces of that just to kind of make stuff out of. You know, I think they repurpose them and they look cool when you do that. And it seems like it goes over very well at the shows too. But I grabbed this lantern, kind of like what I did on the 4-track headlight. It's kind of cool looking. What's that say? So it's just, again, another like miner's lamp, or regular lantern. And it's got another kind of funky looking bulb set up on top. And I don't know what it would have used for a battery, one of those big old 6-volt maybe. But I figured that could be like a cool headlight looking thing too. So I grabbed that. It's a couple of bucks. These are metal. These are bi-metal looking little bases. And then I also found this guy. This thing is an old bicycle or motorcycle headlamp. You can actually tell by where this connection point is here on the back. I actually think it says it somewhere on it. It says the Badger Brass Manufacturing Company, Kennewausha, Wisconsin, USA. I thought it said Bike Light on it somewhere. Yeah. You guys might be able to read that better than I can. It's upside down. Guess you can't. And it just talks about what it is, the date on that, manufacturing dates. I see a lot of numbers in the 1800s there. The last one looks like 1909. So 1890 to 1909. And I don't know if that's carbide or if it was a fuel lamp. You would turn the wick up and down on the side and it would burn whatever that was on the inside there on a reflector. And on each side it's got a green and it's got a red light, so you can kind of tell, just like a boat is, which direction it's going. But I thought that had an awesome look to it too. And again, I picked that thing up, so that'll make a really cool headlight on one of the old looking style bikes. So the collection's getting there. All my bits and pieces for wintertime. I also kind of put the word out that I'm looking for old bicycles, you know, girls' bikes, whatever. Anything that's got like the balloon tire style bikes I'm looking for. So every time I go to a show or friends that I meet or whatnot that I talk to, I said, look, if you have any of that stuff in your garage or barn or you come across it, I go, I don't care what condition it's in, but I kind of want to grab those and get a little bit of a pile to work with. Unfortunately, I thought they were easier to come by than what they are. Now that I'm looking for them, it's really hard to find. And I scrapped out a couple of them in the last scrap run on the trailer, except for the that Sears that's there, Spaceliner, that one. That's really all I have to work with right now. So I'm still trying to dig up some more of that that style bike to work with and make some more cool bikes out of. I want to do one. The next one, I get like not the whole bike that I want to build in my mind, but I get like what aspects that I want to put into a bike. And this time I want to do where they do the leaf springs, like half a leaf spring pack coming off the front, doing the front suspension. That's what I want to make next, I think, on the next bike, to give it that old school look. And I think I'm going to just make it all. Yeah, they don't really sell that kind of aftermarket ones. You can get the modern Springer front ends, modern copy of an old Springer front end, but I'm not much on that one. The board track already has the front end off of that Spaceliner on it, and I want to make them so they're different, don't look like what everybody else has, you know. So, all right, am I done gabbing? I'm done gabbing. Again, thanks everybody for watching. You know what? I'm gonna try doing. Somebody else brought up this. I forget who it was on one of my videos, but he said if you would have each of you that are watching, if you would just write down where you're from. Just type in a little. I know. Look, there's, you know, the minimum views I get 500 videos views per, and I get about 30 to 40 responses per video. So there's a lot of you out there that don't ever write anything. Doesn't yet. I'm not asking to divulge any secret information, but just give an idea where you're from. You can say, you know, the state that you're from if you're in the United States, or you know, whatever country that you're in. Just jot that down, and be kind of cool to see where everybody's from and where this big kind of YouTube family is, how far spread apart. Again, everyone, thanks for watching. subscribing and writing down below where you're from. Take care. Bye.